While we were at the last RV park, we got a knock on our door, like on day 3 out of 14, and it was the ranger. He was very nice, but what he said was really offensive to me.
Here we are, still in southern Arizona. It's been about 3 weeks with June, our new puppy, so we wanted to spend a couple weeks in the RV park just getting her potty trained, which has been a success. But today we want to get back out, do some boondocking, because that's what we love to do, and we're headed to Empire Ranch.
While we were at this RV park, it was great. Everybody was acclimated to each other. We got some bad weather. Now the weather is beautiful. It's like 70s and sunnies every day this week. And while we were at the park, we had a few neighbors ask us if we've been to Empire Ranch. And our answer is no.
This seems to be the most
Popular.
I was gonna say requested, but the most
It's very buzzed about.
yeah, everybody is talking about Empire Ranch. I think down in the southeast corner of the state, you know, this is by Sonoyta area where there's a lot of vineyards and there's a couple breweries. People are giving us recommendations on places to go, and supposedly it's big, beautiful, open sunsets and scenery, and we know that for a fact because we did a harvest host down here in Sonoyta a couple years ago, and it was one of the best sunsets we've seen.
It was a great spot. The wine was really good. I remember the wine in southeast Arizona being very minerally, which is just how we like it, more comparable to like Oregon wine. And so you all know we love wine and we do love our beers now and then. So this is a great setup, especially since we do have the little puppy.
So we knew the first couple weeks were going to be tough. With any small puppy, it's going to be, amazingly, she's almost potty trained. In 2 weeks, she got it. On the 3rd week, she has not had an accident in the house all week long.
They do have their moments though, where we have to still moderate them from time to time, but they're doing really good. I'm currently taking June out twice in the middle of the night. Once at about 2 and once at about 6.
So far, this is working great, and in another couple weeks, it's going to be even better. And like Chris said, wineries, breweries are super dog friendly, and we like to get out and explore once a week at least, and that's what's going to be in our future coming up. Never seen a welcome sign at a BLM spot in my entire life.
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, you can't get much more welcoming than a welcome sign. So we are coming in on a Friday, of course. Somehow we're on like a Friday schedule, but we'll see. Hopefully it's not too busy.
It's noon, so it's not terribly early, but it's not late either.
So this is the first kind of pull off. There's a few areas you can keep going down that paved road. This was just like the closest. It had the best Verizon cell phone reception. And you know, it's the easiest to get on and off if you're gonna go do some sightseeing at the vineyards. So yeah, we're just gonna head down the gravel road here at the first turnoff and see what we find.
Cross our fingers?
Yeah. There is one pull off right there. Oh, it says no camping.
No camping.
No.
Not a pull-off campsite.
Not a pull-off. Snow-capped mountains in the distance.
Those mountains are so pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a vast view. You can imagine the sunsets are pretty special.
Are those hunters? Is there an event here? What's going on?
Oh, yeah, look like hunters.
Maybe that's what the welcome sign was for. There's dog. I see dog. Are they hunting like pheasants? What do you think these guys are all about? There's a porta potty. This was their welcome sign.
Oh, yeah.
Destination is on.
Okay. So I think we're gonna have to try one of those other legs, right?
Yeah, I guess. This setup.
This must have just been the turn for the group camp only.
I guess. It had a lot of good reviews from Campendium. Maybe it was people just staying in the group site. I don't know. That's really weird.
Maybe people stay down here.
Huh. Yeah. Unusual. I guess we'll keep going. So we just talked with a couple nice folks that were here with the hunting party at the group campsite here at Maternity Well group site it's called. And they were like, yeah, you could come camp here, no problem. But they're gonna be shooting all day tomorrow and going through some hunting runs, they called it. So kind of cool, but yeah. They also told us a little bit about the area and how it's still a working ranch. And you can go see some of the, you know, kind of old artifacts, I guess, down at the actual Empire Ranch. So we're gonna try to find a little bit more private of a spot. And Louie's all worked up because there's about 50 dogs there.
There was so many hunting dogs there, yeah. And he's just a social butterfly.
Well, as I pick out spots on Campendium, I'm always picking out 2 or 3 or more and just making sure we have more options, because I'd say more often than not, the first one is not exactly where we go, maybe 50-50. So there's always a good idea to have more options. So the hunter said we'd come up to a T in the road, and to the left is the ranch, and to the right is a bunch of open BLM. Also to the left is the airstrip group site. I think there's porta potties up there, but we're gonna head to the right, and you can also see this connects back up to Highway 82, which is where the vineyards are.
Oh, so
this is kind of the back way.
So we're not getting further away because there's a direct route this way.
Yeah, I did see that. All right, another fork in the road, another bunch of areas where RVs are parking. So this is kind of where, if you've never been to the area before, you just don't know exactly where to go. So you either just go, okay, let's try it. It looks kind of busy, or we could keep going that way and maybe there's some more spots, or maybe there's not.
The obvious pros and cons. This way we know people can camp. That's the pro. The con is you're right on top of people. Straight ahead, you have no idea what's up there. Are people camping up there? Can you park up there? Is there a turnaround? So pros and cons ahead, pros and cons that way. Which way do you pick?
So we decided to take the safe bet, where the area where a lot of people are already camping, Sinanguita camp area, Sinaguita.
We need to practice our Spanish.
Yeah, looks like a nice paved road. Beautiful, beautiful mountain views up there.
That snow just makes it a whole new level.
Lots of big rigs, so we're gonna scout this road out, see what we find.
Suspenseful music here.
Gross. Okay, so this side of the fence, a lot of cows, a lot of cow poop. 2 spots that we could fit in, but again, I'm having flashbacks of like Wyoming when you wake up and there's cows right next to you and cow poop, and now we got, you know, 2 dogs and the puppy. So we're gonna try to find a little bit better spot, and you know, this is kind of like back in here, so.
But at least we know, because if you don't check it out, then you're always gonna be like, oh gosh, is there a better spot out there that we missed out on?
Yeah, and beyond the fence, I don't think you'd want to take anything bigger
than what we are.
Than a mid-sized trailer. Like, you do not want a big rig. It got pretty tight back there, so. Well, there's a sign that says camping 14 days, so that's a good sign.
You know, after you spend more than an hour driving around and you start to lose hope, and then something pops up out of nowhere, you say, that looks perfect. Let's take that one.
Pretty much all of our boondocking.
I knew you'd fit me like a glove the day I fell in love with the way you said my name. I know it sounds crazy, baby, try to understand me, please do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I knew you'd fit me like a glove the day I fell in love with the pictures in my head. I know it sounds crazy, maybe one day I could share them with you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I really don't mind waiting as long as it takes you. I've been waiting for so long, so what's another week or two? 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. Ooh, ooh. The moon, the stars, the fireflies, daylight. Ooh, ooh. It seems as if the world stopped spinning round and round. Oh, since I found you. 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. Ooh. Like daytime in the middle of the night. It seems as if my mind stopped wandering round and round. Oh, since I found you. I knew you'd fit me like a glove the day I fell in love with a dream of me and you. I know it sounds crazy, maybe one day I could share it with you. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
It's a little windy, it's a little dusty.
I feel like this is a great spot. I love it. I love how private it is. We have 0 neighbors right now, and well, there's a couple people way back there. No cow poop, poop free.
Yeah, a little dusty, a little windy.
It's not always the cow poop that's a problem, it's the flies that come with it.
Good travel day today, Junebug.
It seems as if the world stopped spinning round and round. Oh, since I found you. 'Cause every time I see you, life goes bright. Like daytime in the middle of the night. It seems as if my mind stopped wandering round and round. Oh, since I found you.
Well, hard work pays off. This is kind of how boondocking always goes. There's just a lot of variables to it. So sometimes you're just not gonna get that #1 spot. More often than not, we're completely happy with what we do get. This is a pretty amazing spot. Actually, all the campsites in this secondary location were empty Friday at 1 o'clock. You can see we got a pretty good spot here. Our 26-foot travel trailer fits perfectly in here. And I would say most things up to 40 feet would probably have no problem in here. It was a nice little swooping turnaround. Beautiful, beautiful landscape all around. It looks like cows were pastured here at some point. There's cow pies out here in the weeds, but it's not fresh all over the site, so that's kind of nice. And 15 minutes from a handful of wineries. You want to say anything to the camera, babe? Do you like the new spot? Oh.
I love the new spot. It's awesome. I love it. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. It's tranquil.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't been able to like check out the map to see where we are in relation to like Sierra Vista and Sonoyta, like all the stuff that we might drive to. So
Yeah, I read on Campendium only like 2 bars of Verizon here, but with our Insti Connect, it's pulling down like 30 megabytes per second and 5 up. So
nice.
That's what's nice. Like, as long as we can pull in good Verizon and not have, I was thinking about that on the way down. Like, if we got to pull out Starlink for $150, I'm like, that's kind of like paying for the campsite for the week.
I know.
We went from a free area to Starlink having to pay $150.
True.
So, one of the cool things about having solar and lithium batteries and things like that is after driving for a few hours, you get to your campsite and we're still at 100%. And that's with our 12 volt fridge that is on constantly. So that 12 volt fridge draws about 10 amps at full power, but it cycles on and off and also is a variable draw as well. So I kicked on the water heater because that's about, I think, 1400 watts. And then I can see what kind of solar we're putting in here, or what kind of solar is actually coming in, because when you're at 100% charge, your solar charge controller goes into the float stage, which basically means it's just maintaining your battery. It's not bringing in all of the power. But as soon as you kick on that high wattage draw, you'll see 750 watts is what we're pulling in right now from solar. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, and 750 watts of solar from our 1200 watts is really, really good. And we have that 200 watt Rich solar panel that Rich Solar sent out to us that I'm gonna be doing some testing this week, because I think with that 200 watts angled at the sun, we can power our water heater on electric all day. So we have fully hot water, which Chris is gonna love. And it's probably gonna power our induction cooking for the day as well. So I'm really excited to see what that extra 200 watts of tilted solar is gonna give our boondocking setup. Thank you.
I got 2 of those for you.
And Chris is cooking a pork chop salad right now. Louie, when did you love cheese? Where did this come from? You've never had cheese in your life.
He's licking his chops.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited because I'm using the first of my new meat.
I know we're gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah.
I'm coming over. Such good travel dogs today.
They really were.
June is like 15 weeks going on 15 years old. She's such a cutie.
Good dog. Hey, don't chew on that.
Ooh, what do we got going?
Okay, so I'm pretty excited because I just got a big shipment of pasture-raised meat, which is a big deal for me. Anybody who watched my protein video over on Healthy RV Living, I talked about how being a full-timer makes it harder to support local ranchers and local farmers. And I found this great place in Arizona called, I need to look at the card because it's a tough name. It's Chiricahua Pasture Raised Meats. I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation, but we'll call it CPR Meats. And this is the very first thing we're cooking from that box. And the cool thing is, this is all like vacuum packed. It's all pasture raised. I got a big shipment and I filled our freezer.
Oh yeah. Oh.
This is a rough road. So all this down here is from them. I got 37 pounds of pasture raised beef.
Will you grab June off my shoe?
They do beef,
June.
beef, chicken, and pork. And I got all of them. So I can't wait. Oh, and I didn't say the best part yet is I ordered online and they shipped it UPS to the RV park that we were at. It was so slick, and I'm definitely gonna do it again. And we're all starving.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're all starving. You guys ready to smell some pork? Okay, let's get cooking. Are you my sous chef? Yeah? Okay, let's get cooking.
You little raccoon. You little raccoon, you.
breakfast today, I have some sauteed zucchini squash with some kale and lots of chopped up fresh garlic and some green onions with some turkey sausage patties that I had prepped. And this is a typical breakfast for me. It's partially prepped and partially fresh and always meat and vegetables. Best way to start the day. And it's absolutely beautiful here. We woke up with an amazing sunrise and it's just super private. We love this spot. Even picky Erin likes this spot and the dogs are super happy to be here. So after I eat this, we're gonna go on a big family walk, which is exactly how we start our day every day. We have breakfast, we go on a big walk, and the first walk in a new area is the most exciting because you really get to canvas the area and explore where you are. Okay, sit. Louie, sit. Louie, sit. June, sit. June, sit. Sit. Good girl, okay. Okay. Chaotic in here. Good girl, June. Good girl, June. While we were at the last RV park, we got a knock on our door, like on day 3 out of 14, and it was the ranger. He was very nice, but what he said was really offensive to me, and it caught me off guard. He said that one of the neighbors next to us noticed that we were walking the dogs in our site, and
in the neighboring site.
And in the neighboring site.
Empty.
That were not occupied, and they said that we were not picking up after our dogs. And I was just so shocked, I didn't even really respond. I think I should have reacted a lot more offended, but we are so responsible with our dog poop. We've been here 12 hours and we already have like 6 bags of poop. We're out in the boonies. We always pick up after ourselves, and it just blew me away that these neighbors would accuse us of not picking up in an official RV site that we're living in. So gotta get that off of our chest. Curious if any other dog owners have been falsely accused by people.
Nosy neighbors.
And how you reacted to that, because
can you imagine neighbors just watching you, not even just judging you from their window? I
was just so shocked that I was like, well, that's not true. We always pick up after our dogs. And then like 30 minutes later, it sunk in what just happened, and then I got kind of irritated.
We had a 13-week-old puppy that was potty training, so we're taking her out every 30 to 60 minutes. And I don't know if they just thought we had a little small dog that we were just letting poop all over the place, but like she was literally transitioning to her new food. She had an upset stomach. And
well, there was no messes anywhere.
And we were potty training.
There were no messes left behind. Anyway, that's my rant. Pick up after your dogs, dog owners. I do realize there's a lot of irresponsible dog owners that ruin it for a lot of people, which is unfortunate. So always keep your area clean, even in the boonies, because it adds up, no matter where you are.
Well, that was quite the eventful morning after our walk when we discovered that mice got into our truck, into our garbage. We broke a cardinal rule that we like to keep our trash inside of those airtight bags just for those exact reasons. Mice poop.
The worst sight sight to see ever.
Yeah, we didn't bag our trash last night, and all it takes is one night for them to smell that food and they come right up into it.
I was lazy and I put the trash bag right here because normally that space is where our trash goes. And since we got our filter, I didn't know what to do. And I just put the trash here, closed the thing, and all it took was one day for little mice to find it.
Now, if you notice, especially in Arizona, a lot of people will pop their hood up like this just so that mice and rodents and things like that don't try to make a nest inside the engine. And really, it's kind of controversial, I think. I understand a lot of reasons why people do it. I think there are a few valid reasons. One, if you're driving your vehicle, maybe as you get to your campsite or you went out for the day, your engine's hot, and with the hood closed, your engine's going to keep that heat. And so then when it gets dark and the sun goes down, it starts to cool off. The engine's still going to retain that heat. And so any type of rodent or mice that's around could potentially feel that heat and try to go up in there for a nice warm evening. Now, the second reason people may pop their hood during the day is so that you can see it's not a dark, cozy place that somebody would want to build a home. It's got light, it's exposed to the elements, and it's not quite as comfortable of a place. Now, honestly, we really never do this in Arizona or in the desert. We've really had zero problem with mice in the desert. All the mice we've ever gotten are more in the woodland and the grassland areas of Colorado and like Wyoming. But we made that cardinal mistake and we left food in the truck, not in our airtight bags. So what happened was the mice, rodents smelt it and came to go have a good easy meal. But we have never gotten a mouse inside of this RV. We've had it for a year and a half now. Zero mice. The van we got a few times, and our truck when we were living in Colorado, we got a few mice as well. Also, another thing you'll notice is people will put lights underneath their engine area, or they'll put lights underneath their RV. And I think that's pretty controversial too. I myself don't believe the lights really repel mice that much. Again, it's more if they smell food, whether there's lights or not, they're probably going to try to get after it. I think one reason mice don't come into our RV is it is pretty high off the ground and there's only a few points that they can get in, but we don't keep any food or anything like that in the pass through, and if they don't smell anything, they're not going to try to get in. Now, vehicles can be a little bit different, especially when you have these nice knobby tires like this, which is pretty much just a ladder for them to climb up in through the engine. And then they can pretty much get in through any type of crack through the firewall, inside the cab, or they got inside the back of our truck very, very easily. So I would love to hear what everybody else thinks about mice and rodents out while camping and in the desert like this, and let me know. But more importantly, we are gonna do a little date lunch.
A little excursion to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Because we're all a little cooped up.
We gotta go out and go to a dog-friendly brewery to have a beer and a burger.
Yes, I'm excited for a lunch out. This place was actually recommended by a couple that we ran into on the trail in Benson, and we probably would have found it because it's so close to us here, but it's always nice to have someone who's somewhat local recommend a place.
Yeah. June is tuckered out and Louie is even more tuckered out. We only took him on a 2-mile walk, but oh, they're loving the sunshine out here and the fresh air.
Yeah.
Hi, Junebug. Hi. Hi.
Sunglasses are in here. These ones?
Nope, I got them. They're on my neck.
They're on your neck. Okay, the whole crew's here.
It's starting to heat up in Arizona. High 70s really just feels hot.
Oh, it's hot. That sun feels so good.
We're gonna have to run the AC when we get home.
Ooh.
I know.
Living the good life.
Those puppies are doing so well. Louie, good boy. such good travel dogs all of a sudden. I'm hoping this isn't just a phase, because those two are, you know, this is 3 weeks after we got June, and those two are just bonding. He's doing better. He's potty
super
trained.
chill.
Like, she's growing in leaps and bounds because she has an older brother. He's relaxing more because he has a dog around to kind of like help him with that pent up energy that he has. And
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Best decision we've ever made?
So far. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Did you lock up?
Yep.
Do you need to walk the hitch?
No. No, the cameras will start going off if our RV's getting hitched up and taken away.
Are you sure you don't want to do that?
Yeah.
Because I know it only takes 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Are you worried?
I always worry.
I can go do it quick. She's right. That literally took less than 60 seconds. Was that less than 60 seconds or what?
Yeah. I just figure, like, we have the tools. It's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No reason not to.
And I'm sure it's, like, not necessary. Of course, just like any type of insurance, you hope to never need it.
Yep. You're right. So this great little boondocking spot is about, I think, 7.5 miles from Sonoyta, or at least the brewery, which is pretty close to, I think, downtown Sonoyta. And there's multiple vineyards or wineries all around the area. And this is quickly becoming one of our favorite little spots.
Yeah, it's kind of like Arizona's version of Napa Valley.
Well, it's like great, beautiful boondocking coupled by, you know, you're far enough away from the big cities, so you're not gonna get the big city type of crowd. You're just gonna get people out here that are trying to camp, mountain bike, off-road. You know, we saw the hunting group that was out here with their bird dogs. That was pretty cool, and it's just an amazing little area so far.
Even the landscape is different than a lot of what Arizona is typically known for, at least in this specific area, because it has that like wheatgrass. It adds more of a dry lushness to it, and the mountains in the back.
A dry lushness.
It's like, well, you can't say lush because it's not like green, like it's dry. It's very dry.
Let the games begin with two dogs.
Here we go. I don't know if we're prepared for this.
So what we're finding out is that no matter what we have giving to Louie or what we have giving to June, each of them wants the other one's whatever. It doesn't matter. So we have the same branded dog food, but we have puppy food, and then we have, you know, Louie's adult food. So we're gonna mix those together and just get them both used to eating both of it. So no matter what we put down, if they want to do the crisscross, they can do that. Because they both are just gonna eat out of the same container now. For life. You guys are gonna eat for life.
Yeah. Wait, you just, did you
And
just? I think we should do a little flight.
you do love variety.
Aaron's cheap. He doesn't like to do flights because the price per ounce goes up.
That's true, but it's not just the cheapness. It's that I want to drink a beer that I like, and I don't want 6 beers that maybe I like 1 or 2 or 3, but you know, so I just want to get what I like.
See, I like to do a flight and then get what I like.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Makes sense.
We'll see what we end up getting after this.
Yeah.
Aaron did not like the spicy stout.
No, it was good. It was just spicy. It was really good.
All right, I got the Desert Taco, which was highly recommended by the waitress, and it's on a fried dough, which I gotta admit, I was expecting more of like a Navajo flatbread type of a dough, but I'm not gonna judge it until I try it. There's also shredded beef and green chili underneath here, and that was really the big thing that sold me on this, was the green chili and doing something different than what I normally do. I had a really hard time deciding today. Aaron went classic with the burger, and look at that bacon. It looks nice and crispy. Oh, and there's refried beans on here too.
And the pulled pork.
Shredded beef. Hi, Louie. Get down.
Yeah, they killed it. Nice pink in the burger. Crispy bacon. That's a big deal when you're talking about bacon on a sandwich. And the grilled jalapenos are perfect.
What about that bun?
Pepper jack and brioche bun. It's a really good burger.